A bad one, they wanna keep me, oh that's a good one. Pockets are dense, I think my bread is hard as a crouton. Receipts in my pocket don't come with a coupon. Yeah. Okay, 30,000 in the pocket, no change. Okay, I might pass the ball, but this is no game. Okay, all my girls, they love and hate me the same. Okay, so when I die, I ain't gonna be from old age. Somebody gon' want revenge, somebody might want it now. Right pocket got euros, left pocket got pounds. Somebody gon' want revenge, somebody might want it now. Throw the ball with the right hand, catch with the left, touchdown. Touchdown, 8th floor, come down, hotel, lobby. Receptionist, what now? 11 a.m. Check out. Might give her one foul just to tell her it's one now. How come? I need rest, no recess on my schedule. Right. Mama used to serve vegetables, now half the meals got tentacles. Right. Half the errands need a reservation and half my money goes straight to taxes. But I don't trip about it, that's what happens when you got dreams closer than a match. And plus all your boys got expensive habits. Go. I know what they're thinking, they don't even gotta say it. Nope. They thinking they just made it. I know how to make everybody feel famous. I don't gotta work no day shift. I don't gotta split no payment. I don't gotta answer questions. Right. And I don't need you to okay it. Yeah. Okay, 30,000 in the pocket, no change. Okay, I might pass the ball, but this is no game. Okay, all my girls, they love and hate me the same. Okay, so when I die, I ain't gonna be from old age. Somebody gon' want revenge, somebody might want it now. Right pocket got euros, left pocket got pounds. Somebody gon' want revenge, somebody might want it now. Throw the ball with the right hand, catch with the left, touchdown.
From the stadium that hosted Super Bowl 48 back in 2014, there's a look at MetLife Stadium here in East Rutherford. A few minutes ago, the hometown Jets were introduced to this sellout crowd, and it's a roar that could be heard across the river in Manhattan. They're set to go as their Jets will match up with Tom Brady and the New England Patriots. This is fielded at the goal line. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. On play action, now Brady. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Brian Poole, and his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line. Boy, an aggressive play call to start this game. It backfired, but aggressive, no question about that.
Is that one of those statement calls? Trying to let you know that they're going to be aggressive right out of the gate, but that one hung up just a little bit too long. He made a nice play on the ball defensively and was able to pick it off.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at the 45. After the interception, here's Darnold. Flush to his right. And that's going to be incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They'll run here with a former Steeler. This is Le'Veon Bell. And he'll take it across the 50 and into New England territory. 2nd down, a little more productive than 1st. 7 yards on the gain. It gets him to 3rd and 3 now. Darnold from the gun. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. Kyle Van Noy. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And a nice job here on special teams. This will be down inside the 10 at the 8-yard line.
Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. You know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And they've got to be thrilled to have this game still at 0-0 after the interception thrown on the very first play of the game.
They certainly do. And what I enjoyed was
oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Picked off by Matthias Farley. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line.
At the 41-yard line.
What's up? Mike, we're going 25 to Mike. I'm waiting for you. I'm coming after you. Hey, lady. After you. Check.
Darnold on first down. Flushed out right. Now he'll pull it down. He's got the first down here. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And it's picked up by the Patriots.
Well, let's be frank. You hate the fumble at the end of the play. But prior to that, I liked a lot of what was going on. Tucks it down, takes off, picks up good yardage. But in that portion of the field, that close to the sideline,
step out.
Yeah, either get down or get out of bounds. Take care of the ball.
Yeah, he had the yards, but... And the mistake.
Is here, baby. Your trick is here.
On the tackle. It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 33-yard line.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. He went backwards there 8 yards, and it brings up 3rd down.
27, 20. Let's make these babies cry all the way back home, yeah.
Throwing is Brady on 3rd down. He'll have a first down past the 40, and he'll have his man. That's Edelman. The 20, 10, and all the way in. Touchdown, New England. Julian Edelman, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point good by jazGamechanger20's, and that makes the score 7-0. jazGamechanger20's now, after the touchdown, he'll send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now, and I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. From the 21, it's 2nd and 10.
Rapid, lady. Hey, Mike 51.
Here's Darnold. Looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted. Devin McCourty picks it off. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. They were looking for Johnson that time. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Set the tone, defense.
First down, here's White. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. The linebacker, C.J. Mosley, in on the stop. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
Push him back. Push him back. Time to land.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Michelle. And here's another tackle made at the line. So they're converging well on the football now. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. 2 runs for a net gain of nothing. Now here's 3rd and 10. Now Brady, complete to Watson, the tight end. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. It's what we call sudden change, right? You got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They'll look to get something started. They need to, down 10-0 early as they've got it 1st and 10. They'll go with Darius Geis, who missed all of 2018 with injury. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. Devin McCourty brings him down. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Now Darnold. He's going to find his tight end. That's Chris Herndon. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. By the end of last year, Herndon had solidified himself as the primary tight end for New York. Overall, 2nd leading receiver in 2018 on the team behind Robbie Anderson. In fact, his 39 catches, most among rookie tight ends in the league a season ago. Escaping the pressure right. And this is incomplete. He was trying to find his tight end, Chris Herndon, but it's going to be 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that, 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Rip left. Switch.
Back to the air, Darnold on 2nd down, being chased out left. This is caught inside the 15. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Jamison Crowder, his first touchdown on the year, as his guys are on the board here in this 1st quarter. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
And he'll rumble for about 5, up close to the 40.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 39-yard line.
10-6 the score after 1 right here on EA Sports.
53. 54. Arnie, 6'6", bullet time. Check. Watch ship. Watch the ship. Check it, reload.
On second down, Michelle. And an alley to run. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Let's go.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Take that. Round 80. Round 80. 54. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Now a first down carry. It's Michelle. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. It's a 6-yard loss on the play. And it'll be a second and long.
Green 80. Check right 54. Oh, you got deep. Go Bandit.
Brady gives to Michelle.
Get there.
It's a 6-yard pickup to get him back to the original line of scrimmage with third down coming up.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
The Jets will bring in a nickel set as they try to stop this third down. Working from the gun, it's Brady. He's going to let this one go deep. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. A big play there with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Patriots, they add on to their lead. jazGamechanger the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. jazGamechanger now, after the touchdown, he'll send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. On first down, it's Darnold. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Now it's Darnold. Eluding the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jason McCourty. Johnson was the intended receiver. They set themselves behind the chains, tried to get it all back in one play, and it backfired.
Didn't it feel like a pitcher working his way into a 3-0 count, right? You're behind. What do your coaches always tell you? Get it back one pitch at a time. In this case, they tried to get it back right away, and it didn't work out.
This drive starts out on the ground with Michelle. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Brady. That'll be caught over the middle by Moss. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A gain there of 30 big ones.
Well, you don't have to be a genius to watch this game and figure out they've had plenty of success moving the football here in the first half. We've seen exhibits A, B, C, and right on down the line, haven't we?
Yeah, we just saw exhibit Z right there. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. That'll be a New England first down, a gain of 12.
Wait, that 29. Outcomes. 72.
Keeping it on the ground on first, Michelle. And they'll get to him just inside the 15. Even after the strong run we just saw, they're able to corral him quickly defensively.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
On second down, Michelle. And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now. We'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. And he will have the first down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. And they got 3 yards. That's enough. A conversion, and now it's 1st and goal.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. 25. Check 25. Check 25. Check 9. Check 9. Hey, hey.
Someone moved. Flag is out. That's going to be 5 yards.
And that'll drive coaches crazy. You work all week on dealing with loud crowds, on dealing with motion, and then you have a guy jump.
That false start knocks him back behind the 10 now as they'll try again. 1st and goal. Following the penalty, Michelle. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Still a ways from the end zone as they come up now on 2nd and goal.
61, matchbox light. Right there, 54, right there, right there. 54 Mike. Don't get nervous. Check safety, check safety. He's checking, he's checking, he's checking. Crash, crash. Pick the edge, pick the edge. Come, come. Greystone, travel.
Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
Right, that 53. 54. Cover.
They'll try a little trickery here on the end around. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down. An extra defensive back on the field here for 3rd and goal.
I'm going to run you over. I'm going to run you over. Rip. Check, Mike, 54. Mike,
from the gun, it's Brady. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete. Darryl Roberts right there on the coverage.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
This will be taken in at the 1. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Here we go. Here we go.
At their own 22-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy.
They've got his man complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Now the Jets going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop him with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Johnson's got it complete. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Jets move the chains.
1st and 10 at the 28-yard line.
A first down throw, Darnold. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. Easy to tell who they're targeting on this drive. He caught the first 2 passes, but then this time unable to hook up.
But I don't think that stops them from continuing to go back to him, do you?
No.
I mean, they've got a plan. They're trying to execute it.
And that's intercepted. It's the all-pro corner, Stephon Gilmore.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
And he'll work this back to right around the line of scrimmage and surrender there. Now the Patriots will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half.
At the 15-yard line.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And incomplete here, so a little razzle-dazzle on that one, but they couldn't hook up, and it's 3rd down. They had the incomplete pass on 2nd down. Now they need a big play here, 3rd and 10. He'll look to throw, and he's going to let it go deep. And the trick play doesn't work. Good reaction there defensively, and it'll be 4th down. The Patriots send out their punter, standing just about on his own goal line. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is fielded a couple yards deep. He's got the lane, and there he goes. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. He goes 102 yards from one end zone to the other as his guys are back within a single score. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the 3rd quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there was an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get this score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters, as I also like.
He's got a man, complete. And they've got it well across midfield, down to the 40 before it's all said and done. It's a gain of 35. So the big play moves them all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. They'll run with Michel. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. On 2nd and 12, Brady. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, helped force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. Here's Brady. And that's going to be intercepted. Jamal Adams with it, the all-pro safety. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now.
And he's going to lose a yard or two, taken down behind the line.
How many times have we sat with coordinators, and especially the defensive guys, they've talked about big plays, sacks, they often come in bunches. Well, it may not be a bunch here, but that is the 3rd sack of the game for them.
And around sack 3 or 4, I would think it starts to get in the quarterback's head a little bit. Well, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Kyle Van Noy, make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
So, Brandon, we've sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Darnold now to throw. Buying time to his left. He finds his target. It's Crowder. A big 3rd down conversion with a gain of 28. Well, even after all those interceptions, he's not deterred, still confident to go deep at work there.
I think all the old rules about playing that position still apply. If things go wrong, you still act like you're the best player out on the field. You still carry that supreme arrogance with you and continue to fire the ball. I've seen guys have games like this, and this is where you find out if you're great or not. Can you overcome some interceptions and still lead your team to victory?
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Darnold completes it. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
51's the mic. 51's the mic. Red Eddie. Give me that. Red Eddie. Give me that ball.
Darnold on 3rd down. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. And they are going for it. Darnold, and this is incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Patriots take over, and they're going to have terrific field position.
Wait, that's 380. Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. Sugar.
They'll try to get this offense going with Michel. Trotty. And he's in. Touchdown, Patriots. Sony Michel, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Patriots, they add on to their lead. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
This is taken at the 3. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events.
And a big loss here as he's taken down.
My man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Darnold steps away, and he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Darnold and the Jets come up 3rd and long following the sack. Oh, a design run for their wideout. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th. Here's Lachlan Edwards now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. And the punt will kick out of bounds, and it'll be spotted inside the 30-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Again, it's Michelle. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. On the ground, Michelle. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
Wait, 20! Hey, 66!
Now they'll throw with Brady to Michelle on the screen. And he'll go out of bounds, it appears, right at the 45. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. New England on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Well, he's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And they won't risk defending a return here. That one's out of bounds, and it'll be spotted at the 14-yard line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Here's Darnold. Going for the deep ball. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. Past the 20. And finally out of bounds all the way down at about the 2. A big play there on the catch and run. 84 yards. They'll come out in the pistol. So that's about as long a non-scoring play as you're going to see from inside their own 10 to 1st and goal. Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. Flush to his right. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Johnson the intended target, but it'll be 2nd and goal. Down this close to the goal line, 1st down. Surprised that wasn't a run?
I am, and you know I'm old school. I want to run the ball on 1st down in this situation because 2nd down, that gives me that option of running play action and maybe throwing it.
Hey, orbit. Here we go.
On 2nd and goal, Darnold got a man. It's Johnson, end zone. He's got a Jets touchdown. 2 yards on the touchdown there as his guys are back within a single score. Here we go now as we get set for a big 2-point conversion.
Hey, high 7.
Darnold to throw again. Flushed out right. And he's got it for the 2-point conversion. So they tack on a pair more here to narrow that deficit a bit further. Now after the touchdown, it's Lachlan Edwards to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
Ready, ready!
The Pats at the line, ready to go. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game, and you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
But they didn't accomplish their goal. They didn't get a stop there, gave up another first down. They have all 3 timeouts in their pocket. I think defensively, you've got to start thinking about using them here.
I was just going to ask you at what point you think now's the go time?
I think now's the go time. I don't think you sit back and wait because they can take a lot of time off the clock between plays and run 3 to 4 and really put you in a stressful spot.
On first down, Brady. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's third down.
Quarterbacking 101. Never force the ball into double coverage, especially not this close to the goal line. The windows are so tight, you just don't want to force it in there because it can be tipped up and picked off.
And he's not going to get anywhere close to the marker as they'll stop him well short of the yellow line. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to fourth down. The Patriots send out their punter as he'll come on to kick this one away. And this will do the job nicely as that'll be out of bounds just inside the 10-yard line. So well done there. And these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do. And now it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. They're able to almost stop it where they want to, like a good golfer can check one up.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Before the game, they were running the route tree about as efficiently and effectively as we could have possibly imagined, but sometimes the passes just go awry.
Yeah, let's face it. When you're running the route tree in pregame, you don't have defenders breathing down your neck. You don't have defensive backs making plays on the football. Hard to replicate the intensity of the game in pregame.
Second down and 10, Darnold. He gets this one to Johnson. That catch good for 5. It's third down. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down. Here's Darnold. And the throw there going to be incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on fourth down.
5. 25 to Mike. We'll go 25 to Mike.
They snap it. They're going for it. Here's Darnold. We've got a one-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining. So the Patriots with the football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off.
Switch. Hey, Alabama.
They'll run on first down. Michelle. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. Sony Michel with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Patriots, they add on to their lead. They'll run for it with Michel, and he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. jazGamechanger20's now after the touchdown. He'll send this one away.
The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And this offense last time turned it over, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. They're lucky, though, because no points against the team on the board, but we'll see how they respond.
Yeah, they've got to get a lot of credit to their defensive teammates, don't they? They had their backs on that last series, and because they did so, that allows the coach to still stay aggressive on offense and maybe go for it again.
And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in one game.
Yeah, and that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week.
Oh, did he hang on to it? He did on the dive. Nice grab. A Jet first down, 18 big yards that time. Darnold. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And he takes this one into the end zone, and all of a sudden, here in the final minute, things get a little bit tighter. Now the try here for the point after. And this is back to a 5-point game. Now after the touchdown, it's Lachlan Edwards to kick it away. An incredibly short kick fielded way up there. And he'll be out of bounds here just past the 20-yard line. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And this game not quite in hand yet. We'll likely see all 3 timeouts defensively and then reassess where we are. That'll be a New England first down, a gain of 12.
And that's a tired defense out on the field right now. They desperately need a stop to get the ball back to their offense, but they're having trouble getting that done. Another gut-wrenching run right there.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Slam. Under 10. Under 10. 10. Check 50. Check 50.
On the ground, this is Michel. And an alley to run. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. On the ground is Michel. And for one of the first times all night, he is going to go nowhere as they bury him behind the line. 2nd and 12, and you'd have to assume another all-out effort to stop the run is coming. Throw right side, going to be complete to Moss. And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it.
And that touchdown should make you feel comfortable. But do you really feel like it's totally over yet?
Not totally, but I think you're pretty much there.
Yeah, you still got to make sure you stay with it, do all the right things down the stretch, especially on defense. But that touchdown there, you've got to feel good about your chances.
jazGamechanger now, after the touchdown, he'll send this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20.
Let's go.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. What do you do here down like this in this situation? Do you maybe just pick something out of the playbook you haven't called in a while, or you call it a day?
You can do that, or you pick something that's a staple for you and should work better.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. It's the rookie from Vandy, Joejuan Williams, with a pick. Both defenses have had their struggles, but they've been good enough to get them this lead, and another nice play there to help preserve the lead.
It's been a game of punch-counter-punch, hasn't it? All throughout. But this time, the big swing was taken, and it didn't land. Nice play by them on defense.
And he'll take this up over the 40 to about the 41. And whistles, and they take their final timeout with 7 seconds left. That one looks like he'll throw here. And he's going to let it go deep. And Brady going to be intercepted a third time. Marcus May with a pick. And he's going to go down as time has now run out on this game. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for New England, they fall a game under 500 now at 3 up and 4 down. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Jets, the downward spiral continues as they drop to 0-6 now. And they'll be on the road next week as they get a day.